Hi, my name's Marlene. It's been a little minute since I posted something here. There's a couple things I wanted to talk about, if I can. Something happened and I had a little situation that made me feel a little uncomfortable, and every time I try to sit down and like film something for like makeup or like skincare, it just kind of froze up because I got back into my little funk of, it felt gross trying to look good because of the situation that happened. And then also I ran out of my go-to skincare essentials. Like, it happened like in increments of like 1 week I ran out of this, the next week I ran out of that, and I started replacing them with things I had. Because I did talk that like I would always get sucked into the like trying to find the next best thing with skincare. And the things I used, every single one of them that I replaced, like my eye cream, my retinol, my face cream, they all sucked. They really did, and I wanted to talk about it. Like, one of them, like, it really messed up like my under eyes. I'll post a video, but like I was just so upset. But yeah, I just want to talk real quick. It's after work. I'm trying to get ready to go home, and I just washed my face and I used this Purito daily go-to sunscreen. I'm not a fan of it. I feel like it just kind of like makes my face like slightly greasy. That's all I have on my face right now, and like I said, I just washed it and I feel like it already looks like super greasy and gross. Not a fan of it. I'll finish using it, but that's what it looks like. It doesn't dissolve as easily as my other one that I had, that I just finished. I forgot the exact name of it, but I'll put it up here. Like I said, yeah, this one doesn't absorb as easily, and it just kind of leaves a bit of like a greasy residue. So this one, no. And like I said, it doesn't really provide any added moisturizing benefits or anything. So I'm just gonna go on top with this Sam's Flawless Sunscreen in Tint 1, because it's the only thing that's really been kind of like keeping my skin together while I'm transitioning through using the other products. I'm probably going to end up using them on my body and wait till I stock up on my other ones. The Sephora sale is coming up, but we'll talk about the skincare in a bit. But let's talk about my little stalker situation. There's someone I worked with, like, probably it was like over 3 years ago now. It's really uncomfortable because at first they talked to me like, they acted like way more immature than their age. They're probably about like 30 years old now. If they're not 30, they're like a little bit over 30. So 3 years ago they were probably like 28 or something, and they were acting like they were like someone in their really like early 20s, because they would like talk to me about their like school and stuff, and they were studying criminal justice, so keep that in mind. They know things about the law and all that. You should know right and wrong, or at least I'm assuming that's what they teach you there. Anyways, this person would randomly come up and talk to me while I was working. They weren't a technician, they were just another, they were at another position there at the dealership. They would always be like, kind of like the immature boy where they're like, oh yeah, ew, why am I even talking to you? And then like, kind of like that whole like childish, like, you know how boys are. They like to pick on girls when they like them. It was kind of like that vibe, but I was just trying to be polite. I gave them my number because I had them pick up some food for me, because they were picking up food for the rest of the shop. And then they would text me, and like one time he was like, hey, I'm coming over. And I was like, what the fuck? Like, what are you saying? And he's like, oh yeah, I'm coming over. And I was like, okay, stop being weird. And I knew they didn't have my address, so I was like, okay, that's just like a weird thing to say, or a weird way to joke. And then he's like, nah, I'm just kidding, I'm not coming over, what are you doing? And then I just like I don't know what to say to that. And I just wouldn't really reply or anything. But I would still have to see them at work. But I was just kind of like, dude, are they like mentally like not there? Because like a mentally sane person doesn't say things like that, right? They would start increasingly texting me like really like inappropriate things. And then I stopped working there. And then they would still text me every now and then like, oh hey, I'm sorry. I don't know why I said that. Can we still be friends? And like my dumbass the first time, like I was trying to be nice. He was just like, oh, I'm sorry. I just like really need someone to talk to. Like, I don't know what I'm trying to do with school, and I need help. Can you guide me? So like, okay, I'll forgive you once, you know, like I'll make it past this one time. As soon as like we would start talking, like he would be like, oh yeah, so like I think I want to do this with school, and then this, and then he would start talking inappropriate again. And I'd be like, you know what, dude, you don't want to be friends. You just want to be weird. So I blocked him. And then this thing started happening. I would start getting these texts from these random numbers, and all they would say was like, "Hey Marlene," and I wouldn't reply, right? And then they would be like, "It's so and so," and I'd be like, "What the heck? Why? I thought this isn't your number. Like, I blocked it. How are you texting me?" And it was like, "Oh, I just created a new number on like an online thing. I just wanted to say I'm sorry." I was really weirded out. And I was like, "Dude, that's really weird. Can you not do that?" And then they were like, no, wait. Someone said something really inappropriate about you, but it's okay because I defended your honor. Because, like, I had already left that place and I was working somewhere new. Yeah, and he was all like, "Yeah, but, like, it's okay because I defended your honor." I was like, "Wait, what did they say and what did you say?" And then he told me what they said, and it was, like, some really vulgar things that somebody wanted to do to me. I knew there was a guy from, like, one of the other dealerships that would always, like, give me these really creepy looks. And then I was like, "So what did you say to defend my honor?" And then he was like, "Oh, I told him that you were my girlfriend and he shouldn't talk about you like that." Whew. The anger, the blood, like I was just like so beyond angry. And like I didn't know, like I wanted to physically strangle this person. Because like as a girl, you know, we have reputations to maintain. Like you can't be saying like, "Oh yeah, that's my girlfriend." And he knows I have a boyfriend. I've been having a boyfriend for like 10 years now. Like I guess technically I could say my partner. But yeah, so I was just kind of like beyond like belief that somebody would like think it's okay to say that. And I let him have it over text. I was like, "You can't be fucking saying that. You're making me uncomfortable. Stop texting me. It's really weird that you're making these numbers to still try to contact me. Like, I don't like you. I've never liked you. I've only tolerated you. And I would really appreciate it if you just stopped contacting me because you're making me really uncomfortable. I really don't appreciate what you're doing here. Like, I don't know what you're trying to accomplish." And so I blocked that number. And then every like month, 3 months, I would keep getting these like, "Hey Marlene," and like I kind of knew who it was, so I would just block it. And then it was kind of quiet for like 6 months, and I was like, "Cool, I think he's over. I think it's over." And then a month ago I got another text from the random number, and all it said was, "Hey Marlene." I was like, "Here we go again." And I just said, "Wrong number." And then that was that. And then last week I got another text saying, "Hey Marlene," and I was like, "Is it the same person? Is this still him?" Because like this is really getting old. I'm torn between changing my number and keeping my number because it's a real big hassle to try to change my number. And if I keep the number, then at least I know that this person still has me actively on their mind, and I feel like I can kind of like be really alert about it and just kind of be mindful that this person's still like obsessed with me and hasn't gotten me out of their mind. And it's, I don't know, it's kind of like I don't know, like I just don't know what the right choice is. Because at least if I know that they're still texting me, like I know to stay alert, or I could just change my number, or I could just keep ignoring it. But it's like every time I get that text, I feel scared and uncomfortable and gross, and like my privacy, like my safety's being violated. And I just don't know how to handle this situation, because you can't be like, "Hey cops, this person keeps texting me from these random numbers and I don't know what to do. Is it harassment? Like, can I get like a restraining order? Like what, like, or is there like at least a record on it?" But I replied this time and I was like, "Who is this?" And it was like, "Oh, it's so and so." And then they just like started bombing me, like, "I'm so sorry for like how I've been like talking to you, and I'm sorry that for all the things that I've said and like all the things that I've done and like blah blah blah." And he's like, I just really want to say I'm sorry." And I was just like, you know, block again. It just put me back into this feeling, because like I've been feeling very gross about like just being a female, or like trying to like looking good. And like I just thought like this isn't even like I looked a certain way to provoke something, and this is just a case of somebody that doesn't know their boundaries and that wasn't I don't want to say they weren't raised right. I think they're just not a well-adjusted person. And it's a real shame that these people exist where you tell them, leave me alone, I don't like you, you make me uncomfortable. Like, I've told them, like, I hate you, like, if I could, I would, like, physically strangle you. Like, I just, like, I've just made it very clear that I don't like this attention, and they still don't get it. Like I said, I haven't seen this person in, like, 3 years, and the only interactions I had with this person was at work, and they would come to, like, my work area and just, like, force this conversation on me, and they would text me things, and I would always try to just, like, avoid it. But, like, it's like you can't really say anything, because, like, then it's like I feel like I would be, like, I don't know, like, I just didn't say anything to management. I've kind of mentioned it before, kind of like it's an uncomfortable situation to be in, and I feel like it just kind of, like, I've just had bad situations with telling people this is what's going on, because I feel like it just opens you to judgment from everyone else. Like, I've talked about it in one of my other videos, where I think it was my first vlog, where I talked about how, like, my boss was getting weird with me, and I said something, and then it just kind of, like, made it worse to deal with things. And that's kind of, like, why I didn't say anything back then to management, and I kind of wish I did, but, like, even then I feel like they wouldn't have any control over him texting me and, like, harassing me right now. But, like, it just kind of, like, it made me feel back into that place where I didn't want to look visually appealing to anybody, and I didn't want anybody to look at me a certain way, and every time I would sit down to record to put on makeup, I just kind of, like, froze, and I just was kind of like, oh, I don't want to. But it just kind of, like, came to a realization that it doesn't matter how you look, what you say, you're still gonna have these creeps that don't know boundaries. Like, if somebody told me, I don't like you, go away, I'm not interested, message received loud and clear, and I feel like that's how a well-adjusted person responds to it. Because I don't want to be around somebody if they don't want me around. And I don't think any well-adjusted person wants that. Like, I'm not going to be like, oh, I have to try harder, or I have to impress them more, or I have to force my way into their life somehow. Like, no. That's not what a well-adjusted person does. And going back to, like, how it makes me feel, like, took me, like, a week of just kind of, like, feeling like, they said, like, I just didn't want to, like, present myself as, like, and, like, that too, when I was working there, like, I would always have on a beanie, I wouldn't do my hair, like, I always wore sweats into work, and, like, a big oversized jacket, like, I just, like, I was not, like, visually, like, there. But this person still got really attached to me, so it's not even a visual thing, like, it's not even, like, I was, like, presenting myself a certain way. I don't even know what this person saw. Maybe it was just that I was being kind to them, and I was listening to them. Maybe that's all it was that got them to be attached to me. So, like, it doesn't even matter. And, like, I'm working through it, and, like, I've been told, like, with the situation that happened, when I talked to, like, HR management, they were like, well, you should, if you're having a hard time, like, dealing with it, go get the therapy. We provide it, like, through here. It's, like, free for, like, 5 sessions, and, like, maybe it'll really help you, or, like, some kind of, like, group work or something like that, or, like, some kind of, like, group therapy or something, so you can talk to other people that have gone through similar things. So I was like, okay, thanks, but, like, I don't think I need the therapy. Like, I'm working through it, and I'm allowed to feel the way that I'm feeling, and I'm learning on my own and growing through it. And I think that's really lame that people that go through situations like this are told to go get therapy and to get help with the totally irrational feelings that they're feeling. And the people that do the harassing, the people that don't know the boundaries, they're not told to go to therapy. Like, they're just allowed to go on through their lives, just souring other people and damaging them with their terrible actions, and I think that's so ass backwards. And I really hope that one day it comes to where these newer generations, like, I really hope become the change that this world really needs, and this kind of behavior isn't tolerated, like that would just be my ultimate goal, that like women, girls, boys, anybody just can like feel safe and comfortable and not feel like their safety is at risk, or like they feel vulnerable or uncomfortable just existing. Like I really hope that comes to fruition one day. And that's what has been happening. Work's been really slow. There's been days where I just like stand around waiting for work. And I talked about it a little bit before, the way I get paid is kind of very commission based. So if I'm just here standing around, I'm not making money. And then it's in like $400 or $500 to fuel up my car just to get to work a month. So it's been tight. And then just showing up late because of traffic. And then that situation happening. And then we had this bee infestation at the house. Like they were coming in through the chimney, and I was just kind of like, bring on the locusts, come on. What else do you gotta throw at me? But I was just kind of like overwhelmed. And then like my vegan channel too, like I had been trying to I've been doing these like single recipe videos, and they've kind of gotten to the point where they're like a little expensive, so I have to find like different ways to make that channel standalone, or I don't really know how that channel is gonna work out. But like that's kind of like had been like my little escape too, was like at least I could like do my vegan recipes, and then you know on this channel I can do like my skincare and my like little personal self-growth here that I've been trying to do. Like I said, accepting the way that I look and feel. That's kind of like what had been going on. But like it's just this situation where this person just doesn't understand, leave me alone, stop texting me, and it's getting really weird, and it's making me feel really unsafe and uncomfortable. I don't think they'll get to the point where they show up at work, because I don't think they know where I work right now, which is great. But it's just kind of like that uncertainty of like this person is still like obsessed with me, and they still have me on their mind 3 years later after like not even working with them. It's really scary and unsettling, and I don't think that's fair. And I just kind of like have been developing this very like F you attitude like with everything right now. Like I said, with work, like I put so much of myself into this and not enough into myself. So I've just been really trying to focus my energies on improving myself. And this like whole situation is kind of like, it's been kind of like relieving, more been reassuring to me that it doesn't matter how I look, how I conduct myself, how nice I am to someone, how mean I am to someone. You're always gonna have those people that don't understand boundaries, and that don't understand, that don't know how to accept rejection, and that will still be pushy and make you uncomfortable. Like there'll just always be those people that just don't understand, and that just aren't well adjusted or decent members of society. So like I just kind of want to be like more bold and more me and less afraid, and I just kind of want to be less afraid to, I don't want to mute myself for anybody. I don't want to suppress I want to outwardly look as colorful as I feel inside. And I don't want these people to make me so afraid to show that. I don't want to hide anymore. I want to be able to wear bold lipstick like this. This is an SPF lipstick. It's from Supergoop. It's in the color Love You More. But I want to be able to wear this just cause, and not feel like so afraid that somebody is going to see a bold lipstick and think it's okay to disrespect my boundaries because I'm asking for it. Like I said, that mentality that I've been having of it's like, it's how it's my appearance, it's like how I'm presenting myself. You're always gonna have those people that just don't ever listen. And I want to stop suppressing myself, and I want to start being more bold and more me, and I want to show how I feel inside. So yeah, alright, I'm gonna go home now. We'll keep talking more and I'll share the things that I have swapped out for the staples in my routine and why they haven't been working, my opinions on them, quick little review on why I don't like them and why I won't be using them again. So yeah, hopefully I get home on good time, and then I'll talk to you guys when I get home. And I'm home. So continuing the conversation I was having earlier in the car, I'm okay. And I think the feelings I'm feeling are completely valid. And I know my mom sometimes kind of worries when I talk about these things, kind of like, are you okay? I'm like, yes, I'm okay. I like to talk about these things because it gets it off of my chest, and then I don't like have to like carry it with me. I just kind of talk, and then I feel better because like I don't really have anybody to like really talk these things out. And I guess that's why you have therapists, right? But like, I think it's just so silly, the idea of having to pay someone to listen to you talk. It seems silly. And like, I don't think therapy is like accessible to a lot of people, but I talk these things over in my head, or, you know, I work them out through myself. But like, I'm here sharing my experiences just in case it does help anybody. Yes, it's a little ridiculous and embarrassing that at my old age, or older age, I am just now realizing how beautiful it is to be a woman, and how beautiful it is to embrace just adorning yourself with makeup, nail polish, and all that. And it has nothing to do with it being visually appealing to the opposite sex, or, you know, just because, you know, anybody can wear makeup. Anybody can wear makeup, and anybody can present themselves like how they want to present themselves. And I think it's beautiful to express yourself however you want to. Makeup, no makeup, jewelry, no jewelry. It's like, it's just, like I said, it's just kind of sad that at this stage in life, I'm just now realizing that it doesn't matter how you dress or look or conduct yourself in public. You're always going to have those people that don't know how to respect boundaries. And that's just like a sad fact of life, that things are that way. And I'm now learning how to like navigate that. And like, I want to be able to wear a bold lip just for no freaking reason, like on the way home. I like it. It has SPF. It does, this one is nice. It's not super hydrating. Like, I feel like my lips are a little dry, and it does have kind of like a minty taste and tingle to it, and it does smell like crayons, and it kind of tastes like crayons, but I kind of like the smell of crayons. Like, I know like slightly older Volkswagens, they always smelled like crayons, and I always thought that that was such a delicious smell. I just love the smell of crayons. So this one is, like I said, the Super Goop SPF lipsticks. I have a few of them. I'll swatch them out later. Like, I know I've been saying like I'll swatch things out, but like I'm kind of shifting my priorities more towards working towards me, and working and not being like such a perfectionist at work, and just kind of allowing myself to take more of that time to work on me and to focus on me and to put more effort into this channel. So yeah, that's kind of like where I kind of came to the realization like a couple weeks ago. I did film a video for my other channel, kind of just like breaking down my experiences and what led me to where I was at and the job I was at, kind of like my whole background of how I got into working on cars, and where I'm at now with my position on how I feel about my job. If you're interested, I'll link that below. But yeah, I've kind of I'm allowing myself to be less of a workaholic, because it hasn't really been paying out for me, or I just feel like the job doesn't. There's no benefit to working hard. Like, working hard in that job isn't going to lead me to a better position. It's just not. It's just a job for right now, but I do have to acknowledge that I'm thankful that I have a consistent schedule. I have weekends off. I have a minimum base pay that, you know, at least if I don't make my flat rate or my commission pay, at least it's still a somewhat livable wage between me and my boyfriend. And I have a acquired a sense of respect and admiration from my peers. So like at least, you know, like I acknowledge that I'm very lucky to have the career that I do have. But like I said, just in the long run, I know it's not going to lead anywhere. So it's just kind of like I've been just kind of stewing and thinking the past couple weeks, and I'm ready to grind some videos out for this channel. But okay, talking about the skincare. So I did do my skincare video and then my update on how things were going, and I was really happy with the products I was using. Like a week after I filmed that update video, I ran out of my Youth to the People retinal serum, and I started using this Paula's Choice Pro Retinaldehyde Dual Retinoid Treatment. It's okay, but it's not great. And I feel like it's kind of had more negative effects on my skin than positive. It kind of doesn't really do much. I know it says it's high potency and it's gentle release, but I feel like it's kind of dried out my skin and it's made my wrinkles worse. And I know that you're supposed to wait like a few months to see any benefits with retinol, but I was seeing really good results with like the overall texture and appearance. Like I had like a nice glow. My wrinkles had significantly diminished. This wrinkle line here got a lot better, and I feel like this wrinkle has gotten worse, and then these ones just kind of intensified ever since I switched over to this one. So I know the Sephora sale's coming up, so I'm going to restock up on my Youth to the People retinol serum. And I just got my package in from Biossance. I ran out of the eye cream a week after I ran out of the Youth to the People retinol serum. And I switched over to this because I had this Skin Fix Barrier Triple Lipid Boost 360 eye cream. This one too, it just like, it absorbs, but it has like no significant benefits. Like it doesn't really deeply hydrate or moisturize my skin. It's just kind of like it soaks in, and then it just kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't do much. It doesn't add like a nice plumping or like moisturizing effect to my eyes. And then like I've had an increase in these like little bags here under my eyes that I used to not have before, and I started getting crow's feet, and I didn't have that when I was using the Biossance. So I have my little box here I have to unbox, so at least I have those. And then I had switched from the Skin Fix Triple Lipid Barrier Cream, and I had realized that I had reformulated the moisturizer, so I had switched to the Drunk Elephant Proteiny Peptide Moisturizer. And then I ended up finishing that one like a week ago, and I switched to the Rich Moisturizer from Skin Rocks by Caroline Hirons. She's thick. Like the jar came in like with this much of a void and a gap in there, and I thought like maybe there wasn't enough, maybe I was missing some product, but I think that's just how thick this product is. In fact, it's so thick, like I feel like it's more like an occlusive layer than anything. Because while this is thick, it doesn't really fill my skin with any like hydration or added benefits. Like it just feels like a thick occlusive layer. And I know like this is really expensive. This is really expensive, and for the price that these are at, they're not good products for my skin type. So my skin type is dry, dehydrated. Like it needs it, because then it could be kind of papery and crepey if it's not, if the products aren't right for it. So when the sale comes around, I'm going to get some of the Youth to the People, the Polypeptide 121 moisturizer, and one more, a refill of the Drunk Elephant Protein Moisturizer. Because those two moisturizers I know work really good for my skin. Like I said, my skin is starting to age, it's starting to wrinkle, it breaks out very easily, it has large pores, it is dry, crepey, dehydrated, and those are the two moisturizers that have worked. Like I said, this one maybe it's good for somebody that has already well like hydrated plump skin and just needs like a little bit of an occlusive layer to protect it. But it's not for somebody that needs, like, it does say that it's for drier skin, but I don't think this did not do my skin any benefits. It did more of a disservice. So these 3 products, while they might be good for other people, for me they weren't good. But those are my plans for when the Sephora sale comes around. I'm going to restock up on my Major Fade because the Major Fade has been working very well for my skin. And of course, like I said, the Youth to the People, the moisturizer, and the retinol serum, and the Drunk Elephant moisturizer. And I think I should be okay on everything else. But I do like the fact that when the Sephora sale does come around, you can get things from different brands, so you don't have to pay for individual shipping from, you know, different websites. Like, you have to like buy a minimum purchase to get the free shipping and all that. So I do appreciate that about that. I feel like Sephora has more products that I like than Ulta. Ulta does have some products, but like even like they carry Naturium, but they don't carry the cleanser that I do like. I wish they did. I do enjoy Ulta's rewards program a little bit better, but their shipping is like questionable at times, because there's been times where I like order things from them and like, I don't know, I'd say 10-15% of the time it ends up coming in damaged or broken, but they're really good about taking care of damaged products and shipping you new products. So I do like that about Ulta. And they do carry a lot more of like those affordable brands, and their points program is also super cool and nice, because like when you do purchase something, you're able to use those points as money off, or like as like Ulta credits. I don't know exactly what they call it. So I do like Ulta's reward program a little better, but like I said, their shipping is kind of like questionable, and they don't carry as many of the brands that I really like. So that's kind of like a quick update on why I've been missing a little bit. I do think it's like I said, I'm okay, and I will deal with the situation. Like it just made me feel like uncomfortable, and it made me go back into like a little bit of a funk, but I was able to rebound back from it a little quicker than I usually do. Like I think it's very unfortunate that us as women still have to deal with these men that don't understand boundaries, or that don't understand what leave me alone means, or that I'm not interested, and they have to resort to these extremes of like stalking and like constant pestering. Like it's not normal, it's not right. We should be able to feel safer and more comfortable just being out in the world and not having to worry about these things. I really hope one day that it does come to a point where we can just exist happily and express ourselves the way that we want to without fearing somebody making us feel uncomfortable or disgusting for just being. And yeah, hopefully that day comes. But till then, like I said, I feel like I've finally broken through the fear that I have, and I want to be able to, like I said, just wear a bold lipstick just because on any random day, because it's a Tuesday night driving home, and I want to wear a bright lipstick because it makes me feel good, and it makes me feel like I'm expressing myself, or like what I'm feeling. And I think that's the whole point of makeup, right? Is to kind of express ourselves in another level. It's like art. It's, you know, when you do a really beautiful painting and you're just expressing a feeling or a thought or something that you can't really put into words, and you just kind of want to like put it out there on a canvas. It's like the same thing. And I'm really starting to embrace that, and I'm really starting to feel a lot more comfortable in being me. My next thing I want to tackle is weight loss, because I wanted to put on a really cute outfit this weekend, and I don't fit into any of my clothes up there. My biggest size pants is like a size 8, and I just don't fit into them. All I can fit into right now is my sweats. So I'm really trying to work on losing that weight because I don't want to have to buy a bunch of new clothes. Plus, it's gonna benefit me in the end to lose the weight and to get healthier, so that I can wear all those nice clothes that I have up there. I made a mess up there on the weekend trying to look for stuff that fit, and like none of it fits. But yeah, like I said, I don't know if this will help anybody, but if somebody's making you feel uncomfortable about being cute and expressing yourself the way you want to, please don't let that ruin you like it ruined me for like the longest time. Just be yourself. Of course, be safe. I wish you the best, and I send you a lot of love. And I hope to see you in the next video. I'm working on editing videos and, like I said, doing more videos. Like, I know I kind of dropped out for a little bit, but I've been really enjoying this and I've been having a lot of fun. So, like I said, I hope to see you around in another video. Take care. Bye.